What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt. Together, we are the NWO, the Nerd World Order, and this is Nerdzoic. Alright, so it's been quite a year for me in this whole Black Series thing with the reruns and whatnot, and I feel like once again I'm going to come out because, look at this, I was right. Who would have guessed it? I don't know. Let's just go through the whole story. So here's what happened. Last year in August, one of my distributors said, hey, here's a list of reruns that are happening. I need your order. Turns out that while indeed it was accurate, it was supposed to be kept under secret. Keep it to yourself. So I said, wow, this is huge news. How come no one's talked about it? And I said, okay, I'm gonna talk about it. So I did. I talked about it. I announced it. I was ready to go live. And right when I was ready to go live, I got an email saying, don't go live. It turned out they had a whole marketing plan, surrounding this. Also, they were not as imminent as they had made it seem in the initial solicitation. It was portrayed to us as though they were already either on the way over here, as in from China, or already here, as in warehoused in the States. So what ended up happening was they paused the reruns, they being Hasbro gang. They paused them. They were not happy with me. They were very, very, very not happy with me. And frankly, as I said in the last episode, video, whatever, where I talked about this, that's my bad. I felt like our truth on that one. I wanted to be like, man, this one's on me. That's my bad. This was on me. I should not have gone out there and said this. This is your thing to say. I just sell them. And I stand by that. I shouldn't have done that. I'm a collector first, man. I got excited and I just was like, oh, I gotta talk about this. I gotta talk about this. And I should. Kind of a side note, you might notice that since that happened, I have not leaked or revealed anything accidentally or on purpose.
Always keep your mouth shut.
Because lesson. I even knew all sorts of stuff early, a month before we got the Kingpin from Marvel Legends rerun. I was just sitting there listening to people be like, man, I really wish I had a Kingpin, but don't want to pay $100. And I just sat there like this. Well, I got news for you, buddy, but I can't tell you. Now, they didn't see me doing that. I did that here in the nerd lair. But I was excited, and I kept my mouth shut, because snitches get stitches. Hasbro, I don't want no stitches. Had a lie. Anywho, the fallout from this, aside from Hasbro being mad, they stalled the production of the figures, they stalled the announcement of the figures, they pretended it didn't happen, and they kept rolling out the helmet. So people were like, okay, what's the deal? Did this guy just make this up? And frankly, it was a really long year for me, because I had to bite my tongue, because I knew what happened. I also knew that we were going to see most of these eventually, but I couldn't say anything. It sucked. I looked pretty stupid.
Stupid as I look.
But now many of these things are happening. I even got the shout out from the OG yak face himself saying, hey, look, I guess there was some merit to this. Indeed there was. Now, was I mad about this situation? Yes. I was very annoyed. Was I mad at anybody in particular? Yes. Here they are. 1. Me, stupid decision. 2, Hasbro, could have handled that and communicated that better. 3, everybody who said I made it up. I'm not even mad about that. Let me kind of back up here. Was I mad? I was a little perturbed because one of the things that I built this, not even the whole Nerdzoic toy store, but my whole life on is transparency, honesty, trust. Not gonna lie to you, no matter how bad the news is. I might say I can't tell you that, but I'm not gonna out and out lie. But in hindsight, I get it. I get that people were going to question the information. I just hope that in the future, we question the information and not the character. Because there was a lot of, he just made this up, he's just getting clickbait, this is all BS. That hurt me, guys. That hurt right there. But now, all is well because we got this happening, and I'm a happy camper. I think all the fans and collectors are happy campers. But now I'm getting the question of, when's this one coming? Or when's that one coming? And guess what? I don't know. I'm really telling you the truth on this one. I don't know, well, most of them. I know a couple. As I'm saying this, Hasbro's probably watching this like Magneto and X-Men 3.
Never learn.
But no, I learned because I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying there may or may not be more coming down the pike. They're already rumored through all the normal rumor outlets, so I don't need to tell you anything other than that. But to answer your question of are they all coming? I don't know, but I'll tell you this word of caution here. Temper your expectations and your enthusiasm. Because while a lot of them have already been announced, I would be surprised if every single one was announced. Just saying that right now. Do I have any specifics? Nope. I can also say that there's things that I did not have on that initial list that are happening. So that's exciting, but I can't tell you any more than that. One thing I can tell you though, probably because it's patently obvious, is that these reruns are going to be very, very, very limited and highly allocated. If you don't know what I mean by the allocated thing, check out last week's video where I talked about allocation and anxiety and the pre-order sellouts. The reruns are the epitome of that. And the other thing I'll say on that is expect delays, including possible split shipments. I would be shocked if all of these come at the time they say they're coming, because they're not mainline, so they're not like sitting here trying to make sure they get on Target and Walmart shelves on time. It's not the same level of sense of urgency, I guess is where I'm going with this. So expect delays. Would also not be surprised if we got a lot of split shipments. And by that I mean, you know, a bunch of product, like say figure A, I won't use a name because I don't want to possibly say anything stupidly by accident. Let's say it's a big nerdy figure. There we go, we can't mess this up. So you got a big nerdy figure and they're, you know, they sold a ton of them and we got 10,000 total to go around. I wouldn't be shocked to say, okay, 5,000 ship in July as expected. The other 5,000 late 2024, early 2025 wouldn't surprise me at all. I'll say this too, and this has not come from an official Hasbro source. This comes from me kind of putting pieces together from various sources I have. It looks like the production operations side of Hasbro does not treat rerun production at the same level as they do normal production, as in, like I said a moment ago, not going to big box, date's not as important, it can be late, no huge deal.
Nobody cares.
It's like when you have two different teachers and you know one of them's more lenient. Well, the more lenient teacher who lets you get away with crap, that's the reruns. Think of it like that. And the strict math teacher, he's the one who's like the mainline releases. Yes, I have pictures in my head of who I'm thinking about right now, Mr. Dennis. What the hell do I remember that? That's all for today. Remember, you gotta get old. You don't have to grow up. Just be cool and stay nerdy. Later.